Thanks so much for joining us here on 10 TV News at noon, and happy Halloween to you all. I'm Amy Steigerwald. Tracy is on assignment today. Now, our big story of the day is the weather and how it will impact your Halloween forecast. Obviously, that's what all the kiddos want to know. Is trick or treat ruined? We've got Dylan Robichaud in for that. With that answer, Dylan.
I don't think it's ruined.
It's never ruined. As you mentioned, neighbors continually see drivers running the red light. And I stood out here last week, just to give you an idea, for probably about 15 minutes around 9:30. And I did also see a couple drivers cut it close with that light. And that area was shut down for quite some time, just reopening within the past 10 minutes. Also, separate incident, totally different, but there was a tanker truck fire not too far west from there, I-70 westbound between Hilliard Road and all the way down to 142 was blocked off as well, going westbound for quite some time. Also reopening within the past half hour.
Yeah, a lot happening here right now, Tracy and Angela. We're just west of 310, and we want to give you a look at this scene. You can see as we kind of zoom into what's going on that there are dozens of first responders here on scene right now, and you can also see that both those east and westbound lanes completely shut down. No traffic is getting by.
This is definitely a very active scene still. Unfortunately, this is the closest we're able to get. This is right over the Williams Road overpass, and as you're taking a live look right now, this is the crash shutting down all lanes of I-270 right near Alum Creek Drive. Yeah, good morning. We've been watching this for a couple of hours now. This is right on 71 northbound, right at 670. All of those northbound lanes are closed. And we did have a couple questions about this. I just want to clarify. Community dog walking, you can just show up.
Correct. No sign-ups.
You don't need to sign up.
Nope.
And you just come, volunteer however long as you want. And
isn't that great?
Yeah, you just, if you ever wanted a dog but didn't want to get a dog but wanted to walk a dog, that is your event.
Yeah. Well,
new video that is just so cute. We absolutely had to share. Take a look at this sloth from the Cincinnati Zoo. A sleepy little baby sloth, Juno, dozed off while enjoying a snack. The 8-month-old fell asleep mid-crunch with the lettuce still in her mouth. Juno was born in June of 2023 to her mom, whose name is Lightning. Dare I say that feels a little relatable?
That was me yesterday. I told you I slept 10 hours.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
sometimes it just takes it out of you when you're eating, you know?
Amy Steigerwald live with more on this. Amy, this is an alarming number we're seeing here.
Yeah, definitely alarming, you guys. Just to put things into perspective, to give you an idea, so far this year, 87 Ohio Department of Transportation crews have been hit while working on the side of the road. Last year, the total number for the entire year was 84, so we have well surpassed that number. And as crews continue to have close calls on the sides of the roads across the state, they're debating whether their jobs are worth it. ODOT highway technician Raymond McCandlish loves his job.
I get all excited and I want to show my grandkids and my wife, but this is what I did today. You know, we're doing this, we're making the berms wider, safer.
But at the end of this month, McCandlish will hang up his hard hat and neon vest after nearly 30 years. Not necessarily because he's slowing down, but because drivers are speeding up.
I love what I do, but in the back of your mind, you're worried about, when am I going to get hit?
The realization that he may have to retire a little bit earlier than expected started 2 years ago. McCandlish was clipped by a car mirror while working on the side of the road in Fairfield County.
The first thing I did was raised up and put my arm up, and, I hit her mirror with my elbow.
I've actually been hit 3 times myself.
So far this year, 87 Ohio Department of Transportation crews have been hit by drivers while working. In all of 2024, there were 84 crews hit total. Many workers and even garage managers say drivers have gotten more aggressive and impatient. Throw in distracted driving and, in some cases, suspected drug usage, and the numbers only keep adding up.
Traffic has gotten so heavy on our, smaller, more narrow roads that they're more dangerous, I think, than the 4 lanes.
The speed's always a factor. Distracted driving, of course. And even now with the drug use, you might smell 2 or 3 cars go by that, from marijuana usage.
And a reminder, the slow down move over law in Ohio requires drivers to at least slow down, but in most cases, if possible, move over to the adjacent lane when you see any flashing lights working on the side of the roads. Both of those workers tell me they really hope drivers start to take this seriously before something more serious as far as injuries happen somewhere here in the state. Reporting live in Columbus this morning, Amy Steigerwald for 10 TV News. We received more than a dozen calls in less than 24 hours about this situation. You can see cars backed up here in the Westerville Woods neighborhood. What's typically a pretty quiet spot has turned into a very busy main road because of a closure off of Westerville Road.
In the last 24 hours, we've gone from seeing a few cars an hour on quiet residential streets to seeing dozens, or at rush hour, maybe hundreds of cars.
But to this extent, no. It's been insane.
What is typically a calm and quiet neighborhood just off Westerville Road has turned into a main detour for traffic on the north side. Westerville Road between Valley Park Avenue and Westerville Woods Drive closed on Monday for the construction of a roundabout at the entry of Kilbourne Run Sports Park. While drivers are encouraged to use Cleveland Avenue, the easier option cuts through the Westerville Woods neighborhood.
A car came coming around the bend at around, 45, 50 miles an hour and almost ran us over. Like they had to slam on their brakes to keep from running myself and my dog over.
Those who have lived in the neighborhood for decades tell me kids are typically free to play in the front yard and get off the bus safely, but that has all changed in the past week. With the closure expected to last 4 months, those who live in the neighborhood say the streets are not built to handle what has become rush hour traffic.
Kids are dodging cars in the street trying to get to the bus. People are going around buses, and it's just not safe for the kids.
Concerns is when winter does come, we're not a neighborhood that typically gets our streets plowed on a regular basis. Also, as you can see, there's multiple cars that are parked on the sidewalk.
Neighbors tell me they want the city to post a more clear detour for drivers to use. They also hope they'll consider installing temporary speed bumps to slow drivers down who choose to cut through. And if not, the consequences, they say, could turn tragic.
I was out walking in the afternoon yesterday when kids were getting dropped off of the bus from school, and it was chaos because, they're kids. They're just running around not paying attention, talking to their friends and whatever, and a kid is going to get run over if something isn't done.
As the parent of an elementary-aged child, I am not allowing my child out into the front yard without supervision at this point, simply because of the safety concerns.
And the city of Columbus is responding to resident concerns. They tell me their maintenance and their traffic engineers were on site yesterday and are working to get some sort of better detour signs posted to hopefully deter traffic from using this neighborhood as a cut-through. They tell me they plan to get those signs up as soon as possible. City officials tell me they hope that those signs, once they're up, will help make things a little bit safer over here. Meantime, if you are commuting in this area near Westerville Road, be sure to slow down, especially during those school drop-off and pickup times. Reporting in Columbus, Amy Steigerwald for 10 TV News.